Don't take this video the wrong way here. I like taking the bus, alright? It's fast and it definitely beats walking home from to school because, well, if I had to walk to and from school, that'll be like, what, almost an hour? Maybe like 50 minutes. And when I'm on the bus, it takes like 5 minutes because it's only a few stops away. And of course, well, wheels are much faster than legs. But like a lot of things, it could piss me off at times. Not all the time, and even the stuff I'm talking about doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens. Well, I've been taking the public bus, not the school bus, public bus ever since I started high school. I used to walk to and from school when I was in middle school because the middle school was pretty close. It was like a 15-minute walk. It was fine. But, well, this is different because, well, the high school I go to is farther away. So, yeah, now I'm sure you know why I take the bus. So, anyways, sometimes there's kids that act a little wild on the bus, not like running around and acting crazy like they're mental or anything, but kinda wild, I guess. Like they walk around a lot and stuff. They kinda run around the bus, I guess, but also what pisses me off is they leave their bags on the floor a lot and they just talk to each other. And one time I walked into the bus and I almost tripped over one of the kids' bags, and that kid got pissed off at me. And I didn't say anything. I just simply walked away. But I was thinking, why get pissed off at me when you left your bag on the floor in a public bus, a public crowded bus, might I add? Like that's just stupid. That's like a disaster waiting to happen. You're lucky I'm not like I wasn't like this big dude or anything that could easily beat you up or anything because if you do that, if you keep leaving your bag on the floor and getting pissed when someone almost trips over it, yeah, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble if that ever happens to the wrong person someday. But anyways, so yeah, I almost trip over their bag and they get pissed and. Yeah, they shouldn't leave their bags on the floor. Bottom line, but also they also like to bother the passengers, which well, that's none of my business. But they also like to bother the driver. Sometimes they like to tap on the driver's shoulders, and the driver gets pissed, rightfully so. And I'm like, again, I just think this. I think like, do you want an accident to happen or something? The driver's supposed to focus on the road and take you to your destination wherever you need to go. Like, why would you piss them off? What is the point in bothering them? Oh, I guess I guess you think you're funny. I don't know. Maybe if you keep doing this, the bus driver ends up getting into a big car crash and we all go to the hospital. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be very hilarious. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, but anyways. Also, there are people who bring their little kids and babies on the bus, and you all know how I feel about kids and babies. But anyways, yeah, they're annoying. Of course, they're screaming on the top of their lungs, and if it's an infant, they're also screaming on the top of their lungs for whatever goddamn reason. And again, it just really annoys me, and it just bothers me every time I hear a kid crying or I don't know, maybe the kid's like 5 years old, they talk loud, and I don't know, it just really, really bothers me, and it really, really annoys me. And of course, I bring headphones with me, and I try to drown them out. I put my headphones semi-loud. I mean, I don't blast it or anything because I actually value my hearing, which I don't get, by the way. A lot of kids in my school love to blast their music and put it when they put on headphones and put the music all the way to the max, the highest it could go. And I'm like, how can you take that? Like, do you not worry that like I don't know when you reach your 20s you'll be deaf? Like really, that's the one thing I hate about headphones. Like, they go so goddamn loud. But anyways, here is one more thing I want to talk about before I end this video. Sometimes there are complete assholes on the bus. Yeah, I know some of the people I talked about here were assholes, but sometimes there's this one big asshole on the bus. Like, here's a story that happened a few weeks ago, like on my 5th day of the school year. There was this guy, this middle-aged guy, sitting on the bus, and when I went on the bus, I was with some friends, acquaintances, whatever, and there were a few other kids who were at the same school I am. So they were on the bus. We were kind of sitting together, not really right next to each other, but around each other. So anyways, there was this middle-aged man saying, "Hey kid, do you go to a charter school?" And then he kept asking it over and over again. I was just kind of minding my own business because I was like, there was other kids around me. I figured he was talking to someone else. And then he kept asking it. And then I finally looked up and I saw he was looking right at me. and said, "Do you go to a charter school?" And well, some people might laugh at this or think I'm pathetic for this, but I was way too shy to actually answer the question because there's this middle-aged guy on the bus asking me like what kind of school I go to. It was just kind of weird. Like, I'm sure that some of you might be weirded out if you're in the situation. So I kind of hesitated to answer the question, but right when I was about to blurt out my answer, say, "No, I don't go to a charter school," the guy says, "Oh, well, what a great world we live in," or something like that, or "This is the next generation of America people. The kids are too retarded to answer questions. God bless America." And I'm going to be honest here, that hurt. Like, really, it did hurt. Like, I know I never knew this guy before this situation, and I've never seen him after it. And well, yeah, the words are like bullets for me because you already know how I am. I'm extremely sensitive. All right, so hearing that, especially from a complete stranger, really really hurt. But like I said, there were a few kids I knew around me, and there was also another passenger who stuck up for me. Like the other passenger said, just because the kid didn't hear you, it doesn't mean you have to be a complete dickhead. And there were some other kids sticking up for me, even kids I didn't know. Like, it felt awesome. Like, it really did. Like, I still feel a little. It still affected me a little, but it doesn't affect me nearly as much because I had the support and people were sticking up for me, and it felt so good because I never really have anyone stick up for me in real life. Of course, I have my fans and everything on YouTube, but real life, it's just me and no one else really. So it felt really, really good. So yeah, and yeah, I never saw that guy again. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's one more thing. Well, every time I get off the bus, this always bothers me for some reason, but I always look out at the late neighbor's lawn, and I always see bus tickets all over the place and trash all over their lawn. Like, you can't wait until you get to your house to throw that out. You have to throw it on someone else's property. Really? I mean, come on. I mean, again, I don't live there, but I feel the need to stick up for the people who live there because really, it's just, I feel really bad for them. They have to clean all that up. But anyways, yeah, nothing really much else to say. That's everything that pisses me off about the bus. Yeah, not that much stuff, but I felt the need to talk about this, and I know it doesn't really have to do. It's not really directly about school. But it still has something to do with school because I take the public bus to and from school. So anyways, yeah, that's all I have to say. Bye-bye.